Let's move on now to the advantages of a flipped classroom. And to record this part of the presentation, I used a Chrome extension called Nimbus. Nimbus is not very different from other programs, but what I really like about it is its simplicity. You can see that the interface is really uncomplicated and very, very simple. You can capture the screen, the whole screen or its fragment. You can capture the screen even if you are scrolling it up or down. And while recording, you can embed a camera. You can use a selection of drawing tools, which makes this tool really fantastic if you want to provide video feedback. So let's have a look what we can do in this program. We can use one of the tools from the bottom menu. We can use a pen and draw or mark certain parts of the text. You can use arrows in different colors as pointers. There's also this nice rectangular tool, and there are 3 different types of mouse cursor. I like this pulsing one, it's quite nice. And also the stamp. So if you like something, you can put a tick. There's one with an exclamation mark if you don't like something, or if you need more explanation, you can use this question mark. There are numerous benefits of a flipped classroom, but I decided to talk about 5, which I find the most important. And the first one is more personal learning. We are all different. We learn at a different pace. We learn in different ways. We have our own learning preferences. Sometimes our personality attributes make the whole process of learning either easier or more challenging. And in a one-size-fits-all model of education, some of us will obviously become bored, some will feel left behind, and some will become frustrated. In a flipped classroom model, autonomy is boosted because students learn more independently. Then they engage more in the process of learning, making their own decision. And as a result, they take ownership of their learning. And there is more individualization and personalization of learning. And if we invite them to become partners, there is this very popular concept now of students as partners. They are not consumers of knowledge anymore. The next advantage is class time. Class time is used more efficiently for applying knowledge in a more practical way. And obviously, as a result, teachers can spend more time with those who really need more assistance. And the next one is the diversity. So the learning is definitely richer and more diverse. And it's not only about technology used or different formats of the content, video, text, podcast, charts, diagrams, infographics, etc. Instead of just one way of looking at this content, students, through the use of different media, learn how to see the content in many different ways and from many different perspectives. And thanks to the technology, teachers can use numerous authentic materials or materials appropriate for different racial, cultural, ethnic, and gender groups, which complies with the principles of culturally sustaining pedagogy and social justice in education. Another 2 concepts which are really, really kind of buzz words these days. Assignments and assessments might be used beyond the classroom, and as a result, they become more sustainable, more renewable. And the next advantage is the accessibility provided by a flipped model. So students have, basically speaking, 24/7 access to the content via a range of tools. And they can learn whenever and wherever they want or can. Additionally, absences are less of a problem as students can work independently from home. Plus, thanks to assistive technology, teachers can make the content as accessible as possible by creating, for example, accessible videos with captions, by using various formats of documents, or, for example, text-to-speech TTS tools. And finally, it all leads to lifelong learning. So by engaging in the process more, by learning independently, by taking ownership of their learning, by pacing themselves, by setting the goals, learners develop study skills, preparing themselves for lifelong learning.